Hey guys, it's Ashley Gibson here, and I got to participate on a call last night with the co-creator of Shakeology, Isabel Deichler, who obviously happens to also be Team Beachbody CEO Carl Deichler's wife. And as soon as I took a bunch of notes and finished listening to her share the vision behind Shakeology, I knew I really wanted to record a quick video for the coaches on my team who invest in their nutrition with Shakeology, and also the customers who invest in Shakeology every month, because you guys feel a little sting of that investment. Shakeology is expensive. That's the number one thing we always hear people say. I have tons of friends and family members and customers who are super interested in everything I've been doing, but when it comes to the price of Shakeology, their number one barrier is, hey, it's expensive, and I get it. So first of all, if you've been making that investment, thank you. And if you haven't been making that investment or haven't consistently been making that investment, I want to share some things with you. And so hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to understand a little bit more about why Shakeology costs what it does, especially compared to other competitors' shakes, because we know that there are a lot of competitors on the market, but every shake is not made the same, not even by a long shot. So the first thing to know when we're talking about Shakeology and its competitors, especially food labels on the back of every shake, is that in general, a food label is not synonymous with what's actually in the bag. And one of the reasons that we pay more for Shakeology is because we know the land, we know each farmer, they audit every individual supplier, and the integrity of every single one of the 70 plus ingredients in each bag of Shakeology is of the utmost importance. There's a process from start to finish that is really closely followed, and Team Beachbody cultivates a relationship with over 70 individual suppliers from around the world and holds them to a really strict standard as far as even the soil and air quality of that farm, the process of picking and drying the whole food, and everything else that goes into it, from the first seed that goes into the ground to the final harvested plant that makes it into your bag of Shakeology or packet. I know a lot of people love the packets too. So when we're talking about price, $129 for a bag, or $129 for 30 servings for the average customer, $99 if you're a coach, it is more than other competitors on the market like Advocare, Herbalife, what you can buy at Costco, Shakely, all that other stuff is a little bit less expensive. But the reason is most companies cannot afford, they can't even come close to afford, and even if they could afford it, they don't care to do the due diligence that Team Beachbody puts into the quality control of every ingredient, everything that goes into every bag of Shakeology. So it's the issue of finance plus the ability to do these audits and develop relationships with the farmers and really care about that, and expertise. So the ability to finance this quality control, the ability to actually perform these quality control measures in countries around the world, different suppliers, different farms, and then the expertise that goes into that obviously drives up the price point, and there gives you a sense of why behind the price and the cost of every single bag, every single shake you drink. The other thing that I found really interesting is that the food, when it comes into Team Beachbody's, I guess, supply house before it gets packaged and shipped out, it's individually quarantined and handled, has a specific handling process from beginning to end. And this is costly. To do that with over 70 ingredients costs a lot of money. And the reason they quarantine different ingredients is to make sure that the freshness and the quality and the sustainability of each individual product in the bag is met. That they're not just dumping things in, calling it a great health food shake, and trying to overmarket it and overprice it on purpose to make a profit. Beachbody could have cut a lot of different corners and made a much larger profit if they didn't care about the precise mechanisms for the way they harvest every ingredient, and not just the way they harvest it, but the quality of that ingredient. As I said earlier, even the air and soil are tested before Team Beachbody will enter a partnership with a supplier and purchase ingredients from them. Because if they're in an area where the air is largely polluted, then that's going to, of course, be absorbed through pods, plants that are pod plants, or absorbed through the ground. And so if even the air doesn't meet certain standards, we won't purchase from them. So Team Beachbody has so much pride and feels so obligated to support product integrity. And in order to do that, you also have to support the integrity of farmers. We all know that farmers can crank out crops a lot faster when they're using pesticides, when they're using herbicides, when they're treating plants more like a factory where they're just producing as much as they can, as fast as they can, rather than focusing on producing quality, even if that takes more time. So we pay more for our bag of Shakeology because Team Beachbody is willing to support and pay farmers better so that they can grow and harvest these products in accordance with what we think as a company meets a total health package, where things are not mistreated, not overgrown to produce them faster, not ridden with chemicals or herbicides or pesticides to keep the bugs away, but actually cultivated just like you would cultivate a plant 200 years ago, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. So in supporting the integrity of farmers and supporting the integrity of each ingredient, it creates less of a profit margin for Team Beachbody, but a much greater longevity. That's why it has stood the test of time in comparison with other products, because a lot of times you'll see companies who might have a competing protein shake get people in on the promise of weight loss, but people don't actually feel different. And with Shakeology, the reason that customers and coaches use it year round for years on end is because I can tell them the way I feel that what I'm drinking is making a difference. And when you can feel a change in your body and your mood and your mindset and the way everything is working together, even things as detailed as reproductive health for women, it's pretty incredible. Shakeology is supporting menopause, supporting healthy pregnancies in a lot of cases, supporting weight loss, supporting diabetics, supporting people with different autoimmune conditions in various ways that really makes them feel better. And when you can feel that difference, you realize that the price is worth it. And not just the price, but what is inside here actually makes a difference. It's not just a marketing ploy. And that's super important to understand. The food quality and the quality of how a supplier interacts with the crops they're growing matters to us a ton. And that's why it's really a great thing that you've invested all this time in your own health and in your own Shakeology, and you can feel good about the price you're paying because you also know you're supporting local farmers and you're supporting the intent to create a world where we all care more about food quality. Because when we all care more about the quality of our food, the cost goes down. The reason organic is so expensive is because not a lot of people, it's become more and more popular, but not a lot of people have, reacted in outrage against pesticides and herbicides and chemicals being used on our food. So it drives the cost up for those of us who do care. So when more people are willing to support the quality of our food and how it's grown and where it comes from, then it will also make it more affordable, which is a really cool part of what we're doing. So we always get compared to a protein shake. Everybody says Shakeology is a protein shake. I can get my protein shake for $20 at Costco. You could probably get like 500 days worth of protein from Costco. And that's absolutely accurate. You can get protein much cheaper anywhere. But we also know how to get protein everywhere. Okay, there's red meat, lean meat, vegan protein options, McDonald's on the corner, protein in our Greek yogurt. We're really not a protein deficient society anymore. And that's where the first hiccup comes along the line with comparing Shakeology to a protein shake is it's not. And it's not really meant to feel a protein deficit, because I don't think that we are as protein deficient as we are nutrient deficient. That's what's missing. It's not the protein, it's everything else. So when you hold Shakeology up to your shake from GNC, they might have similar protein, grams of protein per serving. Shakeology might even be a little less, but that shouldn't be what you're looking at. You're looking at all the other things listed here. The superfood blends, the vitamins, the minerals, that stuff isn't going to be found. You can't buy that at Costco. You can't buy that at GNC. So that's another reason for the price point being what it is. Also, Team Beachbody has a team of experts that is dealing constantly with toxicity levels and synergy of every individual ingredient, which that's a lot of ingredients. And you cannot just dump a bunch of things in the bag and hope it works, right? So you see a lot of kind of pop-up mimicking companies doing that, where they want to say that, oh, this ingredient was popular in Dr. Oz, so we're going to put it in our bag and we're going to market it because it's got this new superfood that's really hot right now. It's a popular superfood to buy. But what we focus on at Team Beachbody with the formulation of Shakeology is not just what goes in the bag, but the synergy of the bag, how each ingredient works together, and that matters. So when you have a team of scientists, a team of experts, a team of whole food, resources that really know what they're talking about developing your shake, versus a team of people who wanted to just pop up a company that they label a health food company and make money, it's a very different thing. At any point in time, Team Beachbody could have cut corners. They could have made the shakes less expensive, or they could have made their product margins greater by settling for lower class suppliers, or lesser quality ingredients in each bag, or a lesser quality handling of those ingredients. But they're not willing to settle, and that's why I'm okay with settling on a price point, because I know that what I'm getting is the real deal. What you have inside of each serving of Shakeology is not just integrity, but harmony. Each individual ingredient has the highest integrity standards that it's held up to and passes before it makes its way into your home, into your mouth, into your belly. And on the flip side of that, each ingredient is made sure that it's harmonious. They're all working together to support you and your goals and your health in an all-encompassing way. So I really love learning about this stuff. It makes me feel great. I would pay double what I pay for Shakeology, just knowing how it's processed and what it's providing my body. And I want to thank you for investing what you've invested thus far. And I hope that you'll continue to not just drink your shakes, but learn about why they matter and learn how they're supporting your body. And even just flip over your bag and pick a few ingredients out of there and do some Google searching on, how those ingredients support your body in different ways. And it's really cool when you start to learn about that stuff, because it makes you feel good about treating your body well. So thank you for listening to this, and thank you for continuing to support your healthy habits with Shakeology.